What's the most unforgettable thing your mom did for you? I never knew my quiet, soft-spoken mom was secretly terrifying until I came home with a black eye on the first day of middle school. She was chopping carrots when I walked in. The second she saw my face, she dropped the knife. It hit the counter with a clang that made me flinch, but she didn't gasp, didn't cry, didn't yell. She just pressed a bag of frozen peas to my eye and asked, in this low, cold voice I'd never heard before, "Who exactly did this to you?" Her eyes looked different, almost dangerous. 3 eighth graders, I said quietly. The big one punched me when I wouldn't pay their hallway tax. I could barely finish the sentence. My throat was tight. They took Grandma's birthday money, said tomorrow they want double. Mom just nodded, like she was making a calculation in her head. That night, I heard her on the phone in the kitchen, voice low. Couldn't make out what she was saying, just the scribbling of a pen on paper. The next morning, she woke me up early, not in a t-shirt, not in her usual messy bun and coffee mug mode, full-on red blazer power suit energy. "Get dressed," she said. "We're leaving early. Bring your phone." When we got to school, the parking lot was still mostly empty. My stomach was in knots. She marched me straight into Principal Peterson's office without knocking. He looked up from his coffee like we were interrupting his spa day. Then she slammed a manila folder on his desk. "My son was assaulted and robbed yesterday," she said calmly, too calmly. "And I've already made 2 phone calls this morning. You should know about them." He tried the classic, "boys will be boys" line, but she cut him off and opened the folder. Inside, printouts, screenshots, Instagram posts from the 3 boys, posts circled in red marker like she was working a crime board. First call was to Officer Martinez, my brother. She held up her phone. Text messages from someone with a police badge profile pic. Second call was to Channel 8. My college roommate works there. She's very interested in the story. Then she flipped her screen around to show him an email reply from a producer. The color drained from his face. "Now," she said, "we can handle this quietly, or I can make sure everyone knows what kind of school you're running." 20 minutes later, we were reviewing hallway footage. She wrote everything down, timestamps, angles, names. When Peterson mumbled that the ringleader was the superintendent's nephew, she smiled and said, "Perfect. That explains the second part of my plan." In the hallway, I finally worked up the nerve to ask, "Mom, what's actually happening?" She knelt so we were eye level. "What's happening," she said, brushing my collar straight, "is they picked the wrong kid to mess with." And then, dead serious, "Nobody hurts my child. Nobody." By lunch, all 3 boys had been called to the office. By dismissal, they were standing in front of me with shaking hands, handing me back my money, while the superintendent himself watched with a locked jaw. But the twist? 2 weeks later, the biggest one, the one who hit me, walked up to me in the cafeteria. Everyone got quiet, expecting a scene. Instead, he mumbled, "My dad got fired from his coaching job because of what happened." Then he looked at me, really looked at me and said, "Your mom's hardcore, man. My parents just yell at each other." That night, I told Mom what he said. She closed her book, nodded once, and said something I'll never forget. "Sometimes the kids who hurt others are the ones nobody's protecting." Then she smiled slightly and added, "But that doesn't mean I wouldn't destroy anyone who touches you again." 3 years later, I caught that same bully breaking up a fight in the hallway. Saw him helping a 6th grader with a busted backpack. When I asked him why, he just shrugged and said, "Your mom scared me straight, man." So now, anytime someone asks where I got my confidence from, I just say, "My mom. She taught me you don't have to yell to be strong. You just need to be prepared to go nuclear if it matters."